Guys, there's been something I've wanted to make a video about for a little while here. When you look at the Street Fighter series, I feel like there's one character that time and time again ends up at the top of the tier list, ends up dominating the meta in a large percentage of Street Fighter games that are currently played competitively in tournament. Chun Li consistently tops the list of most viable characters. She's oftentimes one of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game. And why is this? Do the developers just have a crush on her? What's going on? Is she just like built to be good? Is the way her moveset is designed just lends itself well to being really powerful in Street Fighter? I'm not sure, so that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Why is it that Chun Li is almost always top tier? And guys, before we jump all the way into it here, I do just want to get in a quick plug. Guys, over 60% of you are not currently subscribed to the channel. If you could go ahead, if you enjoy my content and my old school videos like these, hit that sub button. I would really appreciate it. It legitimately helps me out a lot. And if you like the video, why not hit the like button as well? It's free and it helps me out quite a bit. So with that out of the way, let's jump in to talking about why is Chun Li always good? So how about we start with probably the most famously top tier incarnation of Chun Li, which is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So Chun Li is such a problem in this game. She's usually considered the best character by a pretty decent margin. Yun has a good matchup against her, but basically every other character in the game just gets dominated by her. And what are the reasons for that? So first of all, I would say this is the thing that you're going to see about Chun Li in a lot of games is she always has good normals, good buttons, good normal attacks, and she has good walk speed and good dash speed as well. So good movement combined with good normals, you know, that's Chun-Li's sort of design. And it turns out characters like that tend to be pretty good, at least in a lot of games. In a game like Marvel vs. Capcom, that might not be as relevant when everyone's air dashing all over the place. But in a game like Third Strike, where you're walking around on the ground a lot, throwing out huge pokes, she has some absolute haymakers. She's got far standing fierce, one of the best pokes in the game, crouching medium kick, extremely fast, very hard to whiff punish. Back plus fierce punch. This is a pretty stupid move. This move reaches a deceptively long range on this. And because in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike you can build meter by whiffing attacks, she can spam this really fast and build a lot of meter, and it's really hard to interrupt because it has a massive hitbox and will just smack the opponent if they try to come over and stop you from spamming this. So she can get meter really fast, and it turns out she's really good with a lot of meter because she has one of the best, if not the best supers in the game, Hoyoku-sen. So this super does a massive amount of damage. I mean, look how much that did. That's ridiculous. And you can combo off it, which is kind of nuts. So you can do stuff like jump and hit them with a knockdown. Or you can hit them with Fierce, which is actually going to lead to a reset opportunity where you can go into another super. And that's pretty much going to kill every character if they guess wrong there and get hit by the low. Or if they block low, you know, you can hit them with the super late universal overhead, which is then going to combo into super as well. So she gets that full super off the overhead if they block it crouching. And then one of the subtle reasons why this super is so powerful is you can actually hit confirm into it off of a single hit. For some reason, her crouching medium kick has just like a little bit extra frames where it can be super canceled. And for really good players, that gives them time to recognize when they throw this move out, they can visually confirm, did it hit? And if so, they go into the super. So I'm not going to be very good at this, but there you can see you have time. If you input the super and just wait and see, did it connect? Then you're going to be able to go right into the super if the crouching medium kick connected. If it gets blocked, you just do nothing and just keep playing your poking footsies neutral game because that's what Chun is so amazing at. One last thing I wanted to mention about her in this game, obviously she has a million ultra powerful things in this game that are worth talking about, but we only have time to cover so much. I want to talk about her Kara throw. So Kara throw is a pretty important tactic in Third Strike. The idea here is that, you know, you can throw normally light punch plus light kick, but if you have a move that scooches your character forward, like her standing medium kick, you can cancel the startup of that attack into a throw. And so you can see I'm now, normally when you whiff throws, you don't go anywhere. But if you whiff Kara throws, you can see I'm moving in. So this throw is actually moving her forward. So you can stand at ranges where throw won't normally connect, but Kara throw will. So she has some of the strongest throw mix-up in the game as well. And by the way, here are the Kara throw ranges. I'm going to put them up here. Chun Li has the best Kara throw range in the game. This is how many pixels of throw range each throw has. And you can see by doing this Kara throw technique, you over double the range of her throw. Her throw goes twice as far. So that's pretty insane. So ridiculous mix-up, ridiculous damage, best normals in the game, crazy walk speed, unbelievably busted character, and one of the greatest fighting in characters of all time. Third strike, Chun Li. Next up, let's go back in time a little bit, and we're going to talk about Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, aka Super Turbo. I feel like Chun Li is maybe not talked about enough in this game in terms of just how ridiculous she is. Yes, people complain about characters like Sagat, Vega, Balrog. Those top tiers are really powerful, but Chun Li is actually, you know, pretty darn close to top tier in this game as well. She's one of the best characters, and I'm going to explain why. So again, as you can see, look at how fast she moves. This game doesn't actually have dashes, but her walk speed is just unbelievable, and she has really good pokes. Her crouching medium kick is a pretty fast and ridiculous normal. It comes out so fast. It's actually the same speed as her light kick, so it's like you can have a light attack or a medium attack for the same number of startup frames. Obviously, this one's going to do a lot more damage. Really effective to poke with this. Her medium punch normals are really good as well. Far medium punch is a very fast, long-reaching poke, and close medium punch, this move is a little bit problematic. It's got insane frame data. It's like +6 or something on block. It's really, really plus on block. So what that essentially means is if you just stay close to them and you're pressuring them with this normal, it's going to be really hard for them to press a button to interrupt it because you're going to be plus, so you'll probably interrupt whatever they try. And because of the way throw works in this game, throw is done by holding forward and pressing certain buttons, and forward medium punch is a throw for her. So you can just get these horrible situations where they're blocking standing medium punch, they don't want to press anything because you're plus, and then you just randomly throw them, and for some reason her throw does absolutely insane damage. A funny thing is, you know, she has a throw on heavy punch. This one does 32 damage, which is maybe average, but for some reason her medium punch throw does 38, which is like well above average for throws in this game, I'm pretty sure. So this throw pressure combined with her plus frames, you never quite know when you're gonna get thrown, and you're gonna take huge damage when that happens. So that's really good. Her jumping normals are really good. You can see jumping light kick is just gonna stay out for the entire time you're jumping. Got a massive hitbox, so you can keep people away with this. Jumping medium kick as well, massive hitbox on this. Her fireball is really good. It's got very, very low recovery, so against characters like Blanca, E Honda, Cammy, she can be really hard to get in on. She's got this bizarre move, which you can see, like, sometimes it crosses up, and also sometimes it hits low. I don't really know why, but if you hit them just, like, perfectly as they're getting up, it can hit cross up and low, or front side and low. So that's a pretty ridiculous move as well, plus it hops over fireballs. And finally, like most characters in this game, she has a pretty important glitch, which is called stored super. So her super is done by charging back, and then pressing forward, back, forward, plus kick. Like so. And this super is pretty crazy because it has some invincibility and you can combo off it. And so you can see she just got like 80% off of just a super. And it can go through fireballs. Sometimes it goes through pokes. But the bug here, the really important thing, is called stored super. So you do the super input. You hold back, then you press forward, back, forward. And you can just hold forward as long as you want. And then when you press a kick button, you're going to get the super. So why is this so powerful? Well, if Chun Li is walking at you, you don't want to let her get close, right? Because she's going to pressure you with this. She's going to pressure you with this. She's going to maybe even walk up, throw you. You do not want to let Chun Li just walk up to you and start poking. So if you try to throw out your own poke to stop her from walking, you try to throw out a sweep or something, it's actually pretty dangerous because she can just super right through the sweep if she's doing stored super. So when Chun-Li is just walking menacingly at you, this is a horrible, dangerous situation. If you press a button, you might lose 80% to a super. If you don't press a button, you might get thrown, and then all of a sudden, you're in this nightmare situation where you're gonna get mixed. So don't sleep on Chun-Li in Super Turbo. She's top tier as hell. She's a problem, extremely cheap and hard to fight. So she's top tier in this one too, guys, I'm telling you. Next up, let's move to another older Street Fighter game here, Street Fighter Alpha 2. Listen, this is gonna basically be second verse, same as the first here. Guess what, guys? She's got the best walk speed in the game. She's got many of the best pokes in the game. Her crouching medium kick is incredible here. Again, her sweep is actually really crazy here. You can see that her sweep doesn't even knock down from max range in this game for whatever reason, but it doesn't really matter because it's still an amazing poke and an amazing anti-air, but if you're up close, it will knock down as usual. For some reason, they gave Chun-Li like the best fireball ever in this game. Normally, her fireball is a charge move, hold back, and then forward plus punch in most games, but in this game, it's just half circle forward plus punch, so you can walk forward and fireball, which is usually a privilege she doesn't have, and the frame data on this is just insane. It recovers ridiculously quickly. It actually goes full screen, which a lot of times her fireball doesn't go full screen, and it is so fast and hard to get in on. This is also the game where they introduced her flip kick overhead, and you know, this thing is fairly hard to block. It must be blocked high, and it does pretty good damage. Kind of rare in Street Fighter games for a character to have like really a good damaging overhead that's not just like a normal move, so that's nice as well. Once again, she's got this sort of whiffing to build meter. You can just see she just cranks up the meter so quickly in this game, and a lot of her pokes are going to be really scary to try to interrupt because they've got such good frame data and such good hitboxes. And then when her meter gets full, you really have to watch out because of custom combo. So custom combo was kind of like the trademark mechanic of this game. It's an interesting way to use meter where you activate and then all of a sudden, you know, you can kind of press all your buttons and they're all gonna combo together. You get to do a custom combo. And her custom combos are really, really powerful. Here's a pretty simple one for just one stock of meter, so she can do a bunch of these pretty quickly. You can see she can get a ton of damage that way. Or if you have a large amount of meter, you can start using lightning legs in her custom combos. Did you see how much that did? And that wasn't optimal. You can do better combos with like real enders, but just by mashing lightning legs during custom combo, you get an insane amount of damage. So she utilizes that system of the game very well, as well combined with her good walk speed, which lets her get in range for custom combo blowouts and via custom combos, which are kind of high level techniques in this game, where if you're close to the opponent and they're not blocking low, you can activate custom combo and get a combo off it that they're not going to be able to block. So that's some high level stuff. But generally, I think a lot of the things that always make Chun-Li good are making her good in this game. Good walk speed, good pokes, crazy high damage for some reason in this game, and one of the best fireballs, if not the best fireball in the game. I mean, this thing is like better than Ryu and Ken fireballs. It's absolutely ridiculous. So she's got great zoning, great rushdown, great footsies, all that stuff. We love to see it. Alright guys, I did want to mention, obviously, you know, Chun-Li is not literally top tier in every Street Fighter game. Here's an example, Street Fighter Alpha 3. She's actually like just kind of okay in this game. A big reason is, I think they recognized that she was broken in Alpha 2 and they kind of tried to bring her down a little bit. So she's got stuff like crouching medium kick. This move cannot be special canceled. This was possible in Alpha 2, which was a little broken. You could go into Fireball off it, but now you can't, and now her Fireball has so much worse recovery. You can see she is just trapped after she throws this thing, and look, it doesn't even go full screen anymore. The medium punch version, it went full screen in Alpha 2, so they nerfed her Fireball a lot. They also made her overhead a lot slower and easier to react to, so her mix-up is not as potent. There's also the aspect of V-ism. So V-ism is kind of this game's version of custom combo. You activate it and then it drains down and it makes a lot of stuff combo that normally wouldn't. A lot of characters in this game, the real top tiers, if they activate V-ism and they hit you, you're pretty much just gonna die. You're gonna get put into an infinite or some insane, stupidly damaging combo. But Chun-Li's Vism is really only that good as like an anti-air, and it's pretty hard to use. It's really hard to get like the super optimal combos going off of this, so maybe for the top tier players, they can do it, but generally it's going to just be way easier with the top tier characters, and you're going to be able to do way more damage. So, you know, this is one of those rare occasions where Chun-Li is actually not that strong in this one, but, you know, maybe the exception proves the rule, guys. Up until this point, she's been so good in, like, every game. At least every game that sees sort of serious tournament play. Those are going to be the ones that I'm comparing. You know, there's games like Street Fighter EX that never really saw that much tournament play, or at least definitely don't anymore, so we're not really going to be factoring those in. But let's move on to a more modern game and jump ahead to Street Fighter 4. Alright, next up we're moving on to Street Fighter 4, and Chun had some pretty ridiculous stuff in this game. You know, as usual, good walk speed, good pokes. Her sweep and her stand fierce, some of the best pokes in the game. Crouching medium punch, incredible poke as well. She had EX lightning legs, which was a very good and useful combo tool, and she could combo off it very easily as well to get lots of damage that way. She could combo off of her flip kick very easily as well. Let's see if I can actually time this out. There we go. So she can combo off flip kick, so she has good high-low mix. Her fireball is pretty solid in this game. As you can see, it moves across the screen very slowly, but it recovers very quickly, so she can throw this out and then sort of follow up behind it, chase it down, and pressure the opponent. She's got one very interesting tool, which is Crouch Fierce into lightning legs. This is a very hard input. You actually have to, like, take your finger and hit the button and then slide it down and across. And that's how you do it, so I'll try to show it to you here. See, there you go. You slide your finger across the buttons to get the lightning legs. And this can create some very odd situations. For some reason, the lightning legs hit like super meaty or something. I'm not exactly sure why, but you get insane frame advantage on hit when this connects. So you can combo into like crouching medium kick. You can even combo into sweep. It's a one frame link, but theoretically possible. I don't think I can hit it right now, but that's a link. And here's the kicker. This is one of the hardest to execute combos in the game, but it is possible for it to combo into itself. Crouch Fierce, lightning legs, Crouch Fierce, lightning legs. I'm not going to be able to do it. Like I said, this is one frame, 1/60th of a second, one of the hardest links in the game, because you can't really plink it because you have to buffer in the lightning legs afterwards. So very, very hard combo, but against some characters, this is actually an infinite. They had to patch this out against like Dalsim and maybe Abel as well. She could infinite you with Crouch Fierce lightning legs over and over. So very, very crazy stuff that she's got. She's also got a 2-frame super. One of the fastest moves in the game. Even the fastest like light attacks in this game are only 3 frames. So this is actually faster than a jab for pretty much every character. And it turns out that 2 frames of startup, that's pretty ridiculous. That's going to let you punish a lot of stuff. If you block like half your opponent's moves, all of a sudden they are going to be able to get punished by super. So that's absolutely ridiculous. You can also combo into her super off of basically everything. Off of flip kick, off of lightning legs, that goes into super. And even off of spinning bird kick. Let's see if I can hit this. This is another, I believe, 1-framer-ish. First try! I actually did it, 19 hits. So yeah, you can combo into her super off of basically everything. She's also got 2-hit jump fierce, which is kind of nice. And when you anti-air people with this move, you get like a full combo into basically whatever you want. By the way, her ultra is also extremely good in this game. You can combo it off of lots of stuff, like I just showed you. It also has tons of invincibility and will go through fireballs, so you can punish fireballs from almost anywhere on screen for massive damage. So I'm sure all this stuff I'm telling you, it probably seems pretty good, right? It's like, okay, what's the catch? If you guys ever look up a tier list for Street Fighter 4, Chun-Li is generally not near the top. She's maybe mid, upper mid, despite all these shenanigans she has. She has high damage, good pokes, all the stuff that makes Chun-Li good. So why is she not actually top tier? And I think a big reason for that is one move, which is focus attack. Focus attack was a new mechanic added in Street Fighter 4, and it does some pretty interesting things. You can charge it up, you can dash cancel out of it. If it hits charged, you get a crumple, and you can do some pretty fun combos off of that. But the real problem for Chun here is it actually absorbs an attack. it absorbs a poke. So we all know Chun Li, her big strength is these big pokes, but focus attack just goes right through it. It just eats it up, and the opponent gets a full combo on you. So that is a major, major issue for Chun in this game, because this is all she wants to do. She just wants to poke you, keep you at arm's length, maybe hit you with some fireballs or something, but focus attack can absorb that as well. They can absorb focus attack and then dash through, get through your fireball. Focus attack also really wrecks her anti-fireball tool, the flip kick, which is also an overhead. If you're trying to use this move and they focus attack, guess what? You're eating massive damage. So focus attack makes Chun-Li's life very, very painful. Yes, there are moves that break focus. First of all, any multi-hit move is going to break focus. Chun-Li's lightning legs is going to work very well for this, but the problem is, you know, it's kind of hard to get lightning legs whenever you want it, right? It's not just a move that you can just do out of the blue, because you have to press 5 kick buttons, you have to mash, so it's hard to just get lightning legs to come out at a moment's notice. And then also, of course, you know, her super and her ultra are going to break focus as well, but the problem with that is that these are charge moves. You have to be holding back to be able to do them. So again, these are not really moves that you can use like at a moment's notice. If you're walking around the screen and the opponent starts focusing, yeah, it's really, really hard for her to deal with. And yes, she does have a couple tools that can deal with it. She's got the double hitting jump fierce, you know, that's gonna hit twice, so that might be able to get her through. But it's actually trickier than you'd think, because if the character sort of retracts their hitbox and makes themselves shorter, which a lot of characters do in this game when they focus attack, they're gonna be too low. You're not gonna be able to hit high enough with that first hit of fierce. And so it's gonna be really hard to get the 2 hits in time. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. So yeah, you can see, because he was kind of so low, I was not able to press the first fierce early enough, and thus I didn't get it. But there, I did it a little bit later, so I was able to do it. So this does work. It just kind of depends on the matchup, depends on the character. So focus attack, major, major problem for Chun-Li. I think it was definitely one of the things holding her back from her potential in this game. But even with all that, she is a character who has a lot of stuff going for her. She has a lot of fun combos and crazy stuff that she can do. You just have to really learn how to play neutral around this threat of focus attack. So yeah, that's Chun in Street Fighter 4. Okay, and then finally, to close things out, I want to talk about Street Fighter 5. So again, Chun-Li is kind of bad in this game. Now she's bad. But at launch, Chun-Li was a problem. I think she was widely considered the best character in the game when the game first came out. And a large reason was because of air lightning legs. Why did they give her air lightning legs? It might not look so good now, but let me tell you, at launch, she could do this low to the ground and really, really pressure you with stuff like, oh, is she going to do crouching medium kick, or is she going to sort of try to bait a poke and jump over it with air lightning legs? So that move was absolutely insane. She also has really good pokes in a game where good pokes are not that common. A lot of characters are kind of stubby with their normal range in this game, but she's got the insane standing fierce, as always, really good crouching medium kick and sweep, as always. And they made her crouching medium punch slide forward in this game, which it doesn't do in Street Fighter 4. And she can confirm this into V-trigger. So a V-trigger, a new tool added in this game that is going to make all her attacks do extra hits and stuff. But, you know, they couldn't let Chun-Li thrive, so when Season 2 of the game came out, she got hit with the Nerf bat. They made her V-trigger drain a lot faster, which was a problem for her. They nerfed the frame data on some moves. They turned her jab from 3 frames to 4 frames. Same with her standing light kick, which was a really amazing anti-air at 3 frames. At 4 frames, it's still good, but it's not nearly as good. And then, like I mentioned, the big nerf was the jumping lightning legs. This used to be plus on block. They made it minus on block. So altogether, she lost quite a bit, and really players started to think that she couldn't really compete with the top tiers, who are much more damaging and have much more broken V-triggers after they nerfed hers. So with all those problems, Chun-Li really fell down the tier list. So I'm starting to feel like maybe this video didn't quite end up in the place where I expected. You know, we got to talk about all the games where she's really, really powerful early on, but as we got near the end, you know, we're talking about Alpha 3. She got nerfed a lot from Alpha 2, so she wasn't that good. Street Fighter 4, they added this new tool that seemed almost tailor-made to punish the things that Chun-Li relies on, being her good walk speed and her massive pokes. And then Street Fighter V, you know, they slipped up a little bit. They accidentally made her overpowered again. And so then now that we're in the era of patches, all the previous games on the list never really got patches. They would just maybe get a new version of the game down the line. Now that we got patches, the developers could take her down a notch. So I guess what we've learned here, I think that Chun-Li, her game plan and the way the character is designed is very suited to excel in Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a ground-based fighting game. You end up walking on the ground a lot, and you use your grounded normals a lot. And those are Chun-Li's biggest strengths, along with her fireball. Her fireball is great at controlling the ground, as well as most fireballs naturally are, especially ones with great frame data like hers has. So I do think that her game plan is naturally well supported by the systems of Street Fighter, but something we've seen is the developers learn as we go along. Yes, they made mistakes in Super Turbo, in Third Strike, in Alpha 2. They made mistakes by letting her be too strong, but they've learned the things they need to do to counteract her dominance, whether it's nerfing specific tools that make her really strong or changing the system mechanics so that they give other characters ways to get in on her ridiculous ground oppression. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. The reason I wanted to make this, not just because I thought it was an interesting topic, but just because I love playing Chun-Li. She's one of my favorite characters in most Street Fighter games. So I thought it would be fun to explore all this, and let me know what you think. Is there any game that I needed to cover that I didn't on here? I would really like to do another video about Chun-Li in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Would you guys be interested in that? Let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate it. And like I said, if you could hit the like button and the subscribe button on the video, I'd really love that as well. But now we're done talking about Chun, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.